Remember Ghost, Greywind, and Nymeria, the loyal and fearsome dire wolves from Game of Thrones. Captured our imaginations, becoming almost as iconic as the dragons. We watched them grow from adorable pups into massive, intelligent protectors, forever linked to the Stark children. But as we see these incredible beasts on screen, a question naturally comes to mind. How much of this is real? Were dire wolves just a fantasy creation, or did these legendary creatures once roam our world? Get ready, because the true story of the dire wolf is even more surprising than fiction. The answer is yes, dire wolves were absolutely real. For thousands of years, a formidable predator named Canis dirus, which literally translates to fearsome dog, prowled the landscapes of Ice Age North America. Imagine a wolf, but bigger, much bigger. The dire wolf wasn't just slightly larger than the gray wolves we know today. It was a heavyweight champion. On average, it weighed around 150 pounds, making it about 25% more massive than the largest gray wolves. Its build was more robust, its skull was broader, and its teeth were larger and stronger, capable of delivering a bone-crushing bite. For a long time, scientists found so many of their fossils, especially in places like the Brea Tar Pits in Los Angeles, that they naturally assumed the dire wolf was simply a bigger, tougher cousin of the gray wolf. The resemblance was uncanny. They looked like wolves, they were built like wolves, and they likely hunted in packs like wolves. It seemed like a straightforward evolutionary story. But science, as it often does, had a major plot twist in store. The real story was hidden deep within their ancient DNA. Recent groundbreaking genetic studies have completely overturned what we thought we knew. Scientists managed to extract DNA from ancient direwolf bones, and what they found was shocking. Direwolves were not closely related to grey wolves at all. In fact, their evolutionary lineage split from the one leading to grey wolves, coyotes, and domestic dogs nearly 6 million years ago. Genetically, they were a world apart. So, if they weren't wolves, what were they? Prepare for another surprise. Their closest living relatives are actually jackals, which are found in Africa and Eurasia. The direwolf was the last of an ancient canine lineage exclusive to the Americas. This brings up a fascinating concept in biology called convergent evolution. It's when two completely unrelated species independently evolve similar traits because they have to adapt to similar environments or lifestyles. Think of sharks and dolphins. One is a fish, the other is a mammal, but they both develop streamlined bodies and fins because they live in the ocean. The direwolf and the grey wolf are a perfect example of this. They evolved separately for millions of years on different continents, but because they both became large pack-hunting predators, they ended up looking remarkably alike. It's a case of nature finding the same solution to the same problem, twice. So, if these fearsome predators were so successful for so long, what happened to them? Why did the direwolf vanish, while the smaller, seemingly less powerful grey wolf survived? The direwolf's reign ended around 13,000 years ago. At the end of the last ice age, their extinction seems to be a classic case of over-specialization. Direwolves had evolved to be expert hunters of megafauna giant ice age mammals, like mammoths, giant ground sloths, and ancient bison. Their powerful build and bone-crushing jaws were perfectly suited for taking down these massive prey animals. But as the climate warmed rapidly at the end of the Ice Age, this ecosystem collapsed. The giant herbivores that the direwolves depended on went extinct. The direwolf, a specialist hunter, couldn't adapt quickly enough. It was too slow and heavy to effectively hunt the smaller, faster animals that began to dominate the new landscape, like deer and elk. The grey wolf, on the other hand, was a generalist. It was lighter, faster, and more adaptable. It could thrive on a wider variety of prey, big or small. This flexibility allowed the grey wolf to survive the mass extinction event and eventually spread across the northern hemisphere, while its bigger, tougher-looking counterpart simply disappeared forever. Bringing such a unique creature to life on screen for Game of Thrones was a huge challenge. In the early seasons, the show famously used northern Inuit dogs, a breed that looks a lot like wolves, to play the young direwolf pups. As the direwolves grew, the production had to rely more and more on a combination of real wolves, larger dogs, and expensive computer-generated imagery, or VFX, to achieve their immense size and screen presence. This mix of practical and digital effects is what gave them that believable, intimidating feel. However, the popularity of the show's dire wolves had a tragic and unforeseen real-world consequence. There was a massive surge in the popularity of wolf-like dog breeds, especially Siberian Huskies. Many people, captivated by the idea of owning their own Ghost or Nymeria, impulsively bought these dogs without understanding their needs. Huskies are beautiful, but they are also high-energy, intelligent dogs that require a lot of training, exercise, and attention. They can be escape artists and are known for their independent nature. When unprepared owners realized they couldn't handle them, animal shelters saw a heartbreaking increase in abandoned and surrendered huskies. It's a sad reminder that a fantasy on screen requires responsible choices in real life. So, the dire wolf of Game of Thrones and the real Canis dirus of the Ice Age are two very different beasts. One is a magical, telepathically bonded companion in a world of fantasy. The other was a real-life apex predator, the product of a separate ancient lineage of canines that ruled the Americas for millennia. The true story of the dire wolf shows us that evolution can be stranger and more complex than any fantasy tale. It wasn't a wolf, but it became one of nature's most incredible processes. The real dire wolf may be gone, but its story, locked away in fossils and ancient DNA, continues to be a source of wonder and discovery. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to the Ice Age. If you enjoyed uncovering the truth about the dire wolf, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the real science behind our favorite myths and legends. Let us know in the comments what prehistoric creature you'd like us to investigate next.